Greetings, everybody! Ho ho! It's going to be a wonderfully wild Wednesday. At least for me, I'm going to be all over the place. So hopefully, you can find me in any one of those places, which will include Midnight's Edge in the morning in just a few moments. I'll be a little later than that over on Sci-Fi for Me TV, which is a great channel. Love hanging out with Jason and everybody over there. One guess as to what we're going to be talking about pretty much all day long. I think, and then from there, I mean, you've got Street Smarts over on Mad Barber Entertainment. And after that, it's, the Mad Dump on Sporking News Podcast. So there's a lot going on, but there's also a lot of you here. So let's say hi to you guys and let's get started with the day. We've got Morgan King joining us. What's going on, Morgan King? Liger fan out there as well. Captain Fandom Nerd, greetings, my friend. Olaf Vanes is checking in with us. We've got our good friend Vince Womack with us again as well. Katsith drops in to say, hello. Hello, indeed. You've got Judicon in the house. We've also got the lovely Sherry. Greetings, the lovely Sherry. We've got O.C. Dobbins here. What's going on? Snortopoopus Cuber is here, along with our friend from across the pond, Trav 101. Looks like we've got Orlando Zabo joining us as well. Good to see you, dear. And of course, D-Bud Martin is out there as well. Dr. Dragon is sporting the cup of coffee, as am I, as usual. And looks like we've got a Hank VP with us as well. Rohan Knight is in the house. Hope you're doing well, my friend. We've got Darren Hughes out there, madly wrenching away. Anonymous is here. What's going on? We got Cody Guy out there as well. Several other folks rolling through the door, of course. The very lovely and ever lovely Six. Eric K is joining us today. Good to see you, my friend. We've got Thomas Mess out there, along with Burst Angel. Looks like Apex Comics is joining us today, as is Bashi Washi, and a few other folks waddling in the door, including Willie Woodward. What's up, Willie? Good to see you, my friend. Ironcaster is here saying it's Wednesday indeed. We've had good and bad things happen in the last 24 hours. Believe me, we're going to touch on them. Let's see who else popped in. I saw somebody else roll in the door. Oh, Cosmic Swirl says greetings from the cosmos. Ooh, about 20 seconds left. Let's see who we can say hi to. Scrolling. Oh, Dapper Bard Games is here, and so is Darius Munchausen. Great to see you. Looks like a few other folks have also rolled in here last moment. Thanks for being here, everybody. If I didn't get you, it wasn't personal. KRNet82, I got you last along with Midnight Mike. But ladies and gentlemen, we have to go. Hey, Keck. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. That's right, we've got a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in. So let's get started. We're going to start with some sad news. You may have heard, I heard last night, this was rough on me. This is a voice of my childhood, ladies and gentlemen. We lost Vin Scully last night at the age of 94. I often wonder if you've been in a profession like this for so long and it kind of drives you, if it's wise to quit doing it. Because I often feel like that's when we lose some of the best, is when they stop working. And maybe that's true. But this was the voice of my childhood, the voice of many childhoods, and including my biological father. So you could hear this man on AM radio in the middle of the night from many parts of the country calling the world famous Dodgers games out of Chavez Ravine. Anyway, R.I.P. Vin Scully. Moving on, of course, we can also R.I.P., I guess, Batgirl. That's right, as well as Scoob. Yeah, let me tell you, both of these things were probably bad ideas in the first place. I think that, again, there's a certain executive that took over control of this company that actually just wants to make money. That wasn't the way to make money. And so we're changing things, moving away from Jason Killar's strategy and diving into one of their own. More on that in a moment. Of course, we have the box office projections for Bullet Train. These are not high enough. I think that they're targeting a $30 million weekend, and I think they're going to realize far more than that because there isn't any real competition out there. None. And I think it'll do very well. And word of mouth will help this if it's good. The critics aren't exactly digging it for a lot of various reasons, most of them politically oriented, but we'll see. We'll see. John Boyega, however, has zero interest in being in Marvel. He says he wants fresh ideas, and his representation agrees, saying that he doesn't want to work, in regular studio system for the most part. He says, first of all, you can't top Iron Man anyway. Yeah, you're 100% right, John Boyega. You really can't. And when you lose Iron Man, you kind of lost everything else. Looks, Netflix has signed a deal, or is about to, with SAG-AFTRA on a new contract. Why Netflix feels compelled to work with them in this way when they were working on a production by production basis, I will never know. But they are. And I guess that's good for members of the union. But it also ties Netflix into a deal that could cost them a lot more money for their productions as we move forward. And that's the problem all these studios are facing with these unions. And it's the same, and it's not like the entities that work within these unions are actually getting fully and actually compensated for their work. There's too many people doing the same job. There's a lot of problems on sets, but we'll talk about that at another time. With HBO Max and Discovery merging, there's a debate in the industry about what that means. Well, this is part of the plan I was talking about. Zaslav's going to put all of this out there in front of your eyeballs in the form of HBO Max, or whatever they're going to call the new thing. I think they're sticking with HBO Max or HBO Max Discovery. I don't know. Discover HBO. It doesn't matter. The whole point is putting all that content in one place is kind of the best way to go about things. And that's why Netflix was successful. I think that's why this will be more successful than anything such as, I guess, Disney Plus. We have Daredevil getting its series title and release date, but don't expect it anytime soon. The best we can hope for is spring of 2024. Wow, they are making us wait for good content, and that is not good. A lot of that has to do with the production cycle and a lot of stuff that's already in the works and scheduled for their limited facilities, which Disney's scaling back on other facilities now, which is new. We'll see how long that sticks around. Interview with a Vampire trailer. It says it all. Lewis meets Lestat and is laid down with the devil in the Anne Rice adaptation of this particular book. And I have to tell you, this is terrible. Yeah. Modernity in full effect here, and you don't want to see it. Speaking of another vampire thing that's going to get killed, or actually was over at Netflix, First Kill is gone after one season. It failed to find an audience and was criticized for obviously the reasons that you can probably assume just from this picture. We have Dish losing 257,000 pay TV subscribers in the second quarter, which doesn't bode well for others. And of course, China is now blocking some Taiwan imports because of Nancy Pelosi's visit to the island. They're not going to do anything with chip disruptions because they need them just as desperately as we do. By the way, stocks are on the rise as some big companies are about to report more earnings. We'll see if this lasts long because there's also some very poor earnings coming up later in the day and tomorrow and pretty much next week. I wouldn't ride this one too long. Folks, this is not exactly awesome. Speaking of not exactly awesome, Elon's friends are getting miffed because they're being subpoenaed by Twitter for no reason when some of them don't even have any touch with the deal. But right now, a judge is dismissing a suit or is refusing to dismiss a suit against the DMV over Variety tag that said F cancer. And the last story that it was unfortunately not able to get up on the screen was one about a guard cat that actually prevented a robbery by warning their owner. Pretty amazing. Gotta love that little calico. With that being said, I'm out of time and I'm out of stories. And that means I'm done. So be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.
That's right. I just realized I forgot to upload the updated credits, so hopefully that gets up for tomorrow's show. Hey, try to do everything. Sometimes you miss. But I'm having a great time today, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show. Midnight Itch in the morning momentarily. Then we've got Sci-Fi for Me TV I'll be appearing on. The Street Mart show and then, of course, the Mad Dump later in the day on Sparking News podcast. So hope to see you in some of those places. Everybody, have a great day.